What if the legends you celebrate were also the most controversial figures their music tried to hide? From band songs to political firestorms, these reggae and dancehall giants didn't just make hits, they ignited global outrage. Stick around till the end, because the deeper we dig, the more you'll realize how thin the line is between fame and infamy in this world. Born a Digipalmer, Vybz Kartel became not just a musician, but a lightning rod for controversy. With his audacious lyrics and flamboyant lifestyle, a man who could rally an entire generation into factions. Gaza versus Gully, as his feud with David Constantine Brooks, known as Mavado, transformed from a lyrical battle into a national schism, rippling through the streets with deadly consequences. Yet even as prime ministers intervened and songs were banned, Kartel's defiant voice only grew louder, his art more incendiary, until entire nations, Guyana, Grenada, Barbados, St. Lucia, banished his music from their airwaves, branding it obscene. In the same breath of infamy stands Buju Banton, born Mark Anthony Myrie, who with one incendiary song, Boom Bye Bye, stirred a global outcry. At just 19, Banton's lyrics called for violence against gay men, igniting protests that would follow him for decades. Even as he matured and attempted to distance himself from his youthful recklessness, the shadow of that song loomed large. Although Buju Banton made efforts to sever ties with his controversial past by pulling the song from streaming platforms and publicly advocating for love and tolerance, skepticism clung to his name like an indelible stain, a reminder that words, once unleashed, cannot be fully recalled. Beanie Man, Moses Davis to those who knew him before the fame, was another titan whose path was riven with controversy. His meteoric rise to dancehall royalty came tethered to lyrics that many decried as hateful, particularly toward the LGBTQ+ community. Although public apologies flowed and promises were made to temper his message, Beanie Man's contrition often came tangled in contradiction, his regret murky and inconsistent. He might beg understanding and forgiveness one moment, and in the next breath deny that any apology was ever made, a duality that only further fanned the flames of his notoriety. Standing shoulder to shoulder with Beanie Man in notoriety is Bounty K, born Rodney Basil Price, whose snarling verses and pugnacious demeanor embodied the raw ferocity of 90s dancehall. His battles, both lyrical and literal, are legend, from his fierce clashes with Beanie Man to his violent altercations offstage, when gay rights organizations called for his arrest. Accusing his music of inciting violence, Bounty K seemed unmoved, carrying on with unfiltered performances that outraged and exhilarated in equal measure. Even as he vowed to steer his lyrics towards social consciousness, his personal life, marred by allegations of domestic abuse and defiance of the law, suggested a man forever wrestling with his demons. Next on our list is Shabba Ranks. Shabba Ranks, Rexton Ralston Fernando Gordon, ascended the dancehall throne with an iron fist and a firebrand rhetoric. His hit song Wicked in a Bed and incendiary comments on UK television, justifying violence against homosexuals with a Bible clasped in his hands, cost him dearly. Lost concert gigs, censure from music executives, and a plummet from grace that no apology could fully reverse. Shabba Ranks became a cautionary tale, a testament to the ruinous power of unchecked conviction. Next on our list is Sizzla. Born Miguel Orlando Collins, Sizzla is another etched into reggae's scandal-scarred annals. A man revered for his prolific output and castigated for lyrics brimming with vitriol against the LGBTQ+ community. Though concert stages across Canada, Germany, and Spain shut their doors to him, Sizzla remained unrepentant, declaring in his anthem, "Nah Apologize," a defiant refusal to recant his incendiary words. Each cancelled show, each banned album, seemed only to harden his resolve, a portrait of an artist locked in a defiant dance with the forces that sought to silence him. From the same embattled stage emerged Elephant Man, O'Neal Bryan by birth, whose brash, kinetic performances masked a career battered by similar accusations of promoting hate through music. banned from prestigious award shows, and pressured into agreements with advocacy groups. Elephant Man's efforts at redemption were repeatedly undone by his own controversies, including an intimacy assault case that hung over his legacy like an ominous cloud until the accuser's untimely death closed the case without resolution. Next on our list is Capleton. Capleton, born Clifton George Bailey. Capleton took a different path to controversy. His transformation from a dancehall bad boy to a Rastafarian prophet was accompanied by a shift in lyrical focus. Yet even his spiritual anthems did not escape scrutiny. Accusations of homophobia clung to his name, and explanations that his fiery metaphors were spiritual rather than literal did little to assuage critics. Concerts were canceled, tours scrapped. In a cruel irony, the very flames Capleton sang of seemed to consume the bridges his music sought to build. Next on our list is Madishahu. Born as Matthew Paul Miller, an unlikely figure among reggae's titans, blended Jewish prayer with reggae rhythms, carving a niche that was as innovative as it was contentious. His outspoken support for Israel drew ire from pro-Palestinian groups, leading to canceled concerts and accusations of prejudice. For Madishahu, the controversy was less about his lyrics and more about the complicated geopolitics he waded into, a battleground where identity and ideology clashed as fiercely as any musical rivalry. Then there is Bobby Wine, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who turned his microphone into a megaphone for political dissent in Uganda. His journey from dancehall star to parliamentarian was paved with songs that decried injustice and championed the disenfranchised. Yet, his political stances, particularly his perceived hostility toward the LGBTQ+ community, saw him barred from performing abroad, and even as he attempted to recast his image as one of tolerance, skepticism remained. Next on our list is Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh, the steely-eyed revolutionary of reggae, carried controversy like a badge of honor. As a founding member of the Wailers alongside Bob Marley and Bunny Wailer, and later as a solo artist, Tosh was relentless in his advocacy for herb legalization and human rights. Arrested, beaten, censored, he wore these tribulations as testament to his cause. His anthem, Legalize It, was a call to arms, his performances incendiary sermons against oppression, and his life a stark reminder of the cost of defiance. Next on our list is Mavado. Born David Constantine Brooks, Mavado epitomized the gangsta persona in dancehall, a style and substance that won him legions of fans and the wary gaze of law enforcement. Arrests for fire weapon possession, brawls with police, and lyrics that courted controversy, Mavado's name became shorthand for the dancehall outlaw. His refusal to sign the Reggae Compassionate Act, a pledge to eschew anti-gay lyrics, marked him as a holdout in an industry under increasing pressure to reform. Next on our list is Ninja Man. Born as Desmond John Ballantyne, Ninja Man charted a rise and fall so dramatic it seemed scripted. His fierce, violent lyrics and clashes with rivals propelled him to fame, but it was the real-life violence, the life-taking charge that saw him convicted and sentenced to life in prison, that ultimately defined his legacy. Even his brief foray into gospel reggae as Brother Desmond could not erase the shadow of his past. Next on our list is Alkaline. Born as Iarlon Bartley, Alkaline exploded onto the dancehall scene with a veneer of mystery, bleaching his skin, sporting dyed locks, and claiming, falsely, it turned out, to have tattooed his eyeballs. This calculated controversy, designed to jolt the industry and attract attention, succeeded spectacularly. Yet behind the theatricality lay real talent. And when the gimmicks fell away, Alkaline's music stood on its own, a testament to the craft that lay beneath the spectacle. Next on our list is Tommy Lee Sparta. Born Leroy Russell Jr., Tommy Lee Sparta took dancehall into darker, gothic territory with his persona Uncle Demon. His eerie, Satan-inspired imagery and feuds with luminaries like Bounty K ensured a career fraught with conflict. When the inevitable clash at Sting Festival loomed, and Bounty K canceled his performance, it was a tacit acknowledgement that Tommy Lee Sparta's Dark Star had ascended too far to ignore. In a genre built on rebellion and righteous indignation, controversy is not an aberration. It is the lifeblood. From vibed cartels, incendiary provocations, to Peter Tosh's martyrdom for freedom, from Buju Banton's struggle for redemption to Ninjaman's catastrophic downfall, these figures are not mere musicians, but mythic characters in reggae's tempestuous saga. They are a testament to the uncomfortable truth that art, in its truest form, often walks hand in hand with outrage, and that in reggae, the greatest stars burn brightest at the edge of the storm. Are controversy and genius forever intertwined? Or could these legends have risen without the chaos? Which story shocked you the most? Drop your answers in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts on how rebellion shaped their legacy. And if you're ready for more untold truths that history tries to bury, make sure you subscribe. You won't believe what's coming next.